Scary babysitting stories. Back in 2003, I babysat for a single mother who had 3 daughters that were aged 5, 7, and 9. So one day I'm there watching the kids when someone knocks on the door. The 5-year-old goes running up and I'm like, whoa, don't open that door, let me go check it. I look out the window and I see 2 men wearing suits and hats holding Bibles and they're still knocking on the door. And I'm like, oh shit. Here in the Bible Belt, they don't just talk to you about religion. They harass you until you open the door and then shove their beliefs down your throat. So in a polite way, I yell through the door, we're not interested, have a nice day. So I stand there and watch as the 2 men walk down the road to the next house and they knock on that door, but they don't get an answer there either, and then they keep walking on down the street. So I'm thinking, okay, well they're gone, no big deal. Around 8 o'clock that evening, we're sitting in front of the TV eating chicken nuggets and mac and cheese when we hear a tap, tap, tap. I mean a hard tap, like it's not the damn cops was knocking on the door. So of course, again, the kids jump up and I'm like, don't open that door, I'll get it. So I run over and I look to the door, and again, it's the same 2 men. By now, I'm getting shitting. I done told y'all we're not interested, have a nice day. And now here you are again. So this time I say it firmly. I told you we're not interested, now leave the property. Ma'am, can we just come in for a moment? No, you're not coming up in here, and I get the fuck out of here. Y'all, this man gonna keep knocking. Knock, knock, knock. Let us come in and talk for a minute. I said, did you not hear what I said? I'm calling the cops. And that was when they turned around and walked away. So I go sit the 3 kids down and I say, listen here, and I want you to listen good. I wanted to be as firm and clear as I could be with them. Do not, under any circumstance, open that door. Any door in this house. And the 9-year-old said, but he had a Bible. I said, just because he had a Bible doesn't mean he's a good person, honey. You don't know who these people are. They're strangers. They could be dangerous. So around 3 a.m., the youngest one, who was 5, she still wasn't fully potty trained. So I get up and I go with her to the bathroom. While she's doing her business, I'm standing in front of the bathroom mirror looking at my eye bags, and I just get this weird feeling. We all know that woman's intuition. When your body's telling you something strange is going on, I get so creeped out, I don't even make her wash her hands. I just go put her in the bed with her sisters and shut the door. Neighbors had a dog, and I could hear that dog barking, so I got a little bit nervous, and I start walking around the house looking, but I don't see anything. Unfortunately, this woman had no real weapons in her home, so now I'm really kicking myself for not bringing my pew-pew because I'm feeling like I might need it. So I stay up all night long, don't see anyone. When their mom got home, I told her about the 2 men coming and how they kept knocking and how they'd been walking up down the neighborhood and that she better keep her eye out. She said, oh, they're just Jehovah's Witnesses. I said, you don't know who they are. Just because they're holding a Bible doesn't mean they're a Jehovah's Witness or a good person. They're total strangers. We don't know who they are, so keep your damn eyes open. But she would always reassure me, this is one of the safest neighborhoods. I grew up here, Alicia. Nothing ever happens here. And I'm like, dude, don't say that. So about a week and a half later, their mom calls me yelling, Alicia, come here, hurry up. The law's on their way. Get over here. So I go. As I'm pulling up, I can't park because the driveway is blocked with police cars, so I have to park on the opposite side of the street. And when I walk up to the house, I see the screen from the living room windows has been popped off and it's leaning up against her house. Somebody took the screens off trying to get in the window, but they couldn't get in because the windows were locked. So I get in the house and sit down with the mom, and she starts telling me about how her daughters were almost kidnapped. And I instantly felt like it was those 2 men. She said, yeah, just an hour or so ago, there was someone knocking at the door. So she opened the big door and there was 2 men in suits and hats standing there. One was holding a Bible and they were saying that they were on a mission and their car had broken down and now they need to use a phone to get a ride so they can get home. She said, well, you can't come in, but I'll bring you the house phone, just wait there. Well, right when she started to close the big door, the guy on the right snatched the screen door open and pushed his way in and they started fighting. While mom's fighting him, the other guy's running throughout the house opening bedroom doors yelling, where the hell is she? So the first guy has her in a bear hug while the other guy's looking for the kids. Just so happened the neighbor across the street came out to crank his truck up to get ready for work, and he heard all the commotion and saw her front door open, so he ran over to help. He found the one man holding her in place, so him and that man started fighting, and then she took off running throughout the house looking for the other man. When she ran to her daughter's bedrooms, only 2 daughters were there, and they were crying huddled up saying the other daughter was gone. So she runs around to the back door and it's standing wide open, so she knows that man has got her child and he's already out the door. Well, the wife of the neighbor across the street has come out with her phone and she's called the police. They're on their way, and she starts running around the house helping the mom look for the man who has that child. The neighbor's wife and the mom found her 5-year-old daughter hiding in a bush on the backside of the house. That little girl saved her own life by fighting back. As he tried to carry her out the yard, she was kicking, screaming, and biting, fighting him, and he couldn't carry her, so he dropped her. The man in the house fighting with the neighbor took off running, and the neighbor couldn't catch him. Neither of those men were ever caught, and that terrifies me. So y'all, please keep your doors locked and don't underestimate anyone, even if they're carrying a Bible.